What's up, guys? We are live and direct from my home office here at J Marqeting, setting up the live stream. Let's go ahead and get this rocking and rolling. In order to comment in the comments box, you must be following J Marqeting. Let me go ahead and make sure I have everything set up properly. Okay. And then we'll get right to it. So, a couple of success stories I want to share with you guys. And remember, it all starts with dials, okay? It all starts with me hopping on the dialer, whether I'm doing these live streams or I'm not doing the live streams. It all starts with dials. Now, in order for us to be able to create business for our clients and create relationships that they're able to turn into to transactions, it starts with getting on the dialer and making things happen. So, a couple of things. First and foremost, housekeeping. You'll see on the live stream a couple of links being featured, such as the link to our cold calling group. Okay, if you want to be part of the group, there's a couple of questions that you just have to answer in order to be able to get into the group. And there's a lot of us in there that share best practices and success stories and things like that to be able to help each other get better. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about the follow-up. Now, when I'm doing this cold calling, usually you guys just see me making, the first calls on new stuff, okay? But I'll tell you what, the fortune is in the follow-up. I'll say it again. When it comes to real estate listing prospecting, the fortune is in the follow-up. Back in April, I made a cold call to an expired listing. That expired listing eventually, our broker got on the phone with the owner, the seller, and it turned out to be that he's going to end up doing a total of 3 transactions with us. But it wasn't until just the end of August, beginning of September, that we listed the first one. That's now closed, okay? We listed one of the properties, a couple of more that are coming up. Another success story. When I was cold calling about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, I set an appointment with a for sale by owner. Okay, one of the agents on part of Frank Albert Realty, Courtney, went out and met with them the next day, and she walked away with a signed listing agreement. So we got the listing. I just got news that 2 days ago that is pending and it's going to close. So that's all good stuff. So during this call session, we're going to be making some just sold calls. Okay, we're going to do some just sold calls around that listing that recently closed. Okay, so we're going to call all of the neighbors in that neighborhood. Let me see here. We're going to call all the neighbors in that neighborhood, and then we're going to let them know about the listing that closed. Okay, so basically, just a just sold call, just letting them know, hey, we just sold a house down the street. Is there anything that we can do to help you guys? Pretty simple call. And then we'll also do some of the regular calling, like expireds and FSBOs and things like that. But I can't stress it enough, guys. You have to have a good follow-up system, okay? So it's not always just that first call that's going to be able to convert to an appointment. It's going to be a lead that you nurture through calling, through emails, through texting. And so a combination of all of those will be able to eventually turn these into an appointment. And for you guys that are realtors and brokers, of course, you're handling that. But in my case, the realtors and brokers, they hire me and they bring me on board to be able to make these calls. So there's a handoff, and I'm handing it off to the team, and then from there they handle the transaction side of things, right? But I'm the front end, basically the lead generation side, where I'm generating these leads and also setting appointments for them to be able to go out and convert into listings. Okay, so got that stuff out of the way. Now let's go ahead and set up the stream, make sure everything is healthy with that so you guys are able to view. And then I'll go ahead and start with some just sold calls around that listing. Okay, give me one moment here. Okay. Okay, looks like we got about, well, let me pull some new ones as well. So within Vulcan 7, they have a neighborhood search tool. So basically it allows me to put an address in, and then it gives us all of the names and phone numbers of the neighbors around that address. It's a really neat tool. So right now I'm requesting some more contacts around that listing. Let me just pull some information up on that listing as well, just so I can get the details of it. Hope everybody's having a good Thursday afternoon or evening or Friday morning, wherever you are in the world. If you're just joining the stream, again, in order to make comments, you need to be following J Marqeting. So if you need to, go ahead and follow J Marqeting, and then you guys can comment in the comments. What's up, Scott? Thank you, brother. Thank you. Scott Beatty, or Betty, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, Scott. Scott, where are you located? Remind everybody what part of the country you're in. I believe you're a realtor or a broker. I'm totally okay with you if you want to put a link to your business Facebook page or your website so folks can reach out to you. And then let me just pull that information up on that listing here. Okay, so okay, so again, it was listed at 300,000. And right now it's pending status. So there was an offer and an offer accepted, and it's just waiting to close. And it was only active on the market for a week. So that's how fast these can happen. I make a call, we get the listing, they list it, and then within a week, that baby was sold. Now it's just pending close, right? So that's a huge success story. And my clients, they're getting a listing a week. I'm setting at least 3 appointments on a weekly basis, and these are hot qualified appointments, and they're able to go out that very same day, the next couple of days, and have an opportunity to get that listing. And with the market being so hot around the country right now, it's a seller's market, so these listings are being closed, boom, right away. As long as they're priced right, they're being closed quickly. So that's awesome news, awesome update. Okay. Oh, you're in Alpharetta, Georgia. All right, Scott. Thank you, brother. Have a good day. If you guys are looking to do any type of real estate transactions in Alpharetta or in those surrounding areas, contact Scott Betty. He will take care of you. And I think it's Beatty. I'm not sure. Let me go ahead and get into the calls here, and we'll start doing some just sold calls around that listing. There we go. So after we get a listing, there's a couple of different types of circle prospecting we can do. Okay, circle prospecting is calling around a particular listing. We can do open house calls, so letting all the neighbors know about the open house. We can do just listed calls, so letting them know about the new listing. And then when it closes, you do just sold calls. All 3 of them, the purpose of the call is to be able to see if they're planning to do anything in the next few months. And then if they don't have a realtor or broker they would work with, create that relationship, right? And then from there, nurture that relationship until they're ready to do something. So you got open house calls, you got just listed calls, and you got just sold calls. And this doesn't have to be around your listing. This can be around your broker's listing. This can be around your team's listing. It can be around just a listing in a neighborhood that you want to list property in. As long as you word it correctly and you're not misrepresenting yourself, you're able to make those type of calls, guys. All right, so let me go ahead and get logged in here, and then we'll get rocking and rolling. What do you guys think about the hat? What do you think about the shirt? Yeah, buddy.
Thank you. Once you click the start button on your screen, your dial session will begin.
All right, so I'm going to pull the information up on that listing. And again, it was only on Zillow for 7 days. So it was only active on the MLS for a couple of days. And then now it's in pending status. And the team that I'm working with out there in Tampa, St. Pete, they're rock stars. They do over 100 transactions every single year. And they have a really unique marketing system to be able to get these properties sold quickly and for the most that the market will allow for. And it gives me confidence when I'm making these calls on the front end to know that I'm working with a team, an agent, a broker that is really good at what they do, and they put the clients first, put their interests first. And if you do that enough, guys, you put the relationship over the transaction, by default, you're gonna make money. But if you put helping people first and truly want to do that, the results are you just do that for a while. You're going to notice the difference in your results. Not only that, you'll feel a lot better about it as well. All right, so let's get into these calls.
Hello?
Hi, this is Jeremy with Frank Albert's Realty. I was calling for Fiza or Marquez.
This is she.
Hi, I was calling about. Are you guys still on Lilac Lake Drive?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Well, we recently listed and sold one of your neighbor's property over on Tulip
We're
Flower.
not interested in selling. We're not interested in selling.
Okay, well, thanks for the update.
No problem. Bye.
That's what we want, guys. She knew why I was calling. She's not interested. No problem. Move on to the next. It's a real simple call. Either they're planning on doing something or they're not. There's no point in talking somebody into selling their house when they're not planning on it, right? Once again, we're making just sold calls right now around a listing that has recently in pending status, pending close, and it started with a call that I made to a for sale by owner a couple of weeks ago.
Please leave your message for 8. Please leave your...
Give me 1 second here, guys. Just want to make sure that this stream is being syndicated. And if you guys are watching this, looks like we have a few viewers in here. Do me a favor, let us know where you're watching from, what you do in the sales and marketing industry, real estate, mortgage, whatever it may be. And if you'll notice there's some links to our group, Cold Calling Isn't Dead, and then there's links to my calendar. The more that you make comments, the more that this is going to be syndicated. Earlier we had like 600 viewers in here, and it means the world to me if you guys could do that and take a few moments to like and follow J Marqeting. You're not able to make any comments unless you actually follow my business page, so take a moment to do that, please, while I'm making these calls. And if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, that's what the comments box is for, so we can interact. In between calls, I'll try to get to your comments and questions, okay?
are not available now.
So it's 2 o'clock here in California, 5 o'clock out there in Florida. Perfect time to be making just sold calls, and that's what we're doing here.
Hi, you've reached the family. Continue. Hello?
Hi, this is Jeremy calling from Frank Albert Realty for Maria.
May I take a message?
Well, it's about the property. Do they still live on Earhart?
Correct?
Oh, okay. Well,
We do?
great. Well, I was just calling around the neighborhood. Like I said, I work with Frank Albert's Realty, and we recently sold one of your neighbor's houses in less than a week. So I was just calling to see if there's anything that we could do to help you guys.
Well, I don't think her house is on sale, so I think no.
I understand. I was saying that we sold a neighbor's house down the street on Tulip Flower, and I was calling to see if you were planning to do anything in the near future. That's why I was calling.
No interested in sale. Thank you so much.
You're
Have a great
welcome.
day.
All right, on to the next. Now here's the thing, guys. With this type of call, it's either one or the other. You got to go through the no's to get to the yeses. Conversations, the more conversations you have, the more opportunities you have. So we'll make these calls, the just sold calls, for about 10-15 minutes, and then we'll switch it over to some expireds and for sale by owners as well. We're going to dial for about 45 minutes to an hour, do a quick little power hour session.
Thank you for calling Summerfield Elementary School, home of the Sharks.
Calling a school. That's not the correct number. Unless they're a teacher there. That could be. In order to make comments, guys, you need to be following J Marqeting. So please do that. Hi, I was calling for Teresa or Marjorie.
No, this is Terry. What can I help you with?
Hey, Terry. Jeremy over at Frank Albert's Realty. Are you still living on Roundabout?
I don't live there.
Do you still own
Okay,
the
what-
property on
what's
Roundabout?
Yes, we own the property.
Awesome. Well, I'm calling you out of the blue here because we recently listed and sold one of your neighbor's houses on Tulip Flower in just a couple of days. So I was calling to see if there's anything we can do to help you.
Where's Tulip Flower?
Tulip Flower is just around the corner from you guys. The address was 5905 Tulip Flower, and we had the listing just for a few days, and now it's pending close, and we got an offer and accepted with about 3 days. So I was just calling to see you and every other neighbor to see if there's anything we can do to help.
Is that the house that's on Bloomingdale, or you go down the dirt road?
It's actually on Tulip Flower.
Okay, doesn't take Bloomingdale then.
Yeah, it's between Butter. It's like in the middle of the block by over off of Butterfield and Tulip Flower.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just right there in the middle of the block, right on the corner of Lilac Lake and Tulip Flower.
Okay, is that, what's the acreage with that?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
How much acreage was with the house?
I can pull that information up for you. Let me take a quick look here. How much is yours on?
Well, we have like 5 acres. Because we own all the houses on the street. 3 of them.
Okay. Have you considered selling any of them?
Well, at one point, but what was the address? We want to sell the whole parcel. What was the address on Tulip Flower?
5905.
Oh,
The square footage of the entire lot is just under 5,500 square feet, and I don't know if it's a similar property to yours, but it's fairly close. So I'm calling everybody within a quarter mile and letting them know about the transaction and to see if there's anything that we could do to help you guys.
how much did you sell it for?
Well, being that it's pending close, I can't disclose that until it's closed, but it's sold for more than market value.
Okay.
If you'd like, what I was calling to do is if you'd like, I can have Courtney Poe, our listing specialist, run some numbers for you and get that information to you.
No, but not right now. But what's your name again?
I'm Jeremy. I'm with Frank Albert's Realty.
Okay, Frank Albert?
Frank Albert's Realty is the name of the brokerage. We
Okay, what's your number?
You ready?
Phone number? Yeah, I'm ready.
813-586
Uh-huh.
3428. If you like, when we get done, I can text you a link to our website so you can have our information.
Okay, well, I can look it up. I'm at the vet right now with my dog, so. All right, well, I wrote the information down. I'll go over it with my family. I'll let you know.
Okay, yeah, just let us know, and I can have Courtney Poe reach out to you, and because I'm one of the assistants here. If you wanted to talk to somebody on our team, Courtney Poe would be the person you'd speak with. She's the one that sold the property.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Sure. Have a great day, Terry.
You too. Bye-bye.
See ya. All right, so she owns 3 properties over there. If they sell it, they want to sell it as an entire parcel. She asked some great questions, and so we're going to consider that a hot prospect. I already have her email address in here, and so what I'm going to do is, let's see here. I'm going to pop her an email with our resume and then put her in for a follow-up call once a week. And there's a good opportunity there, and that's the type of stuff that we're looking for. Usually they're not going to be ready to do something right away, but the whole idea is to be able to establish our relationship, see if there's any interest at all in selling now or in the future, which she said that there may be some interest. And so we'll just take it at that, and then we'll do a follow-up call once a week and see if there's anything we can do to help. So the great thing about Vulcan 7 and most prospecting platforms that we use syncs up with the Google Calendar, so I can just set a follow-up call within Google Calendar. Within Vulcan, it will integrate with my calendar, and then. Okay, so. I'm just noting everything, and then what I'll do is I'll get that over to the listing agent so that way she can follow up on it as well. And then we'll just move on to the next call, guys. That's what we're looking for. If I had a bell, I'd ring it. Alright, put her in there as a hot prospect. And then move on to the next. Okay, give me 1 second here. Just got a direct message. Gotta stay hydrated, right? Good old rock star. Okay. While I'm doing this admin work here, you could put any questions or comments that you have in the comments. Okay.
Hello, we are not available now. Please leave your name and phone number after the beep.
We will return the call. Okay, give me 1 second here, guys. I'm sending a text message to a lead that we created earlier. Need to make sure to get his email address to send him our information. It was a expired listing. He said that he would consider relisting it. However, he just wanted to wait a little while. So I'm gonna send him that email. Okay. Doing a little multitasking here, guys. Stay with me. The service that we provide is more than just, making these calls. We need to make sure that the follow-up is in place, like I was talking about earlier, so that way we don't let anything fall through the cracks. Because I make anywhere from 500 to 1,000 dials every single day, and so I'm generating a bunch of leads who need to be able to do a lot of very detailed work on the front end to make sure when we go to follow up, we have all the information that we need to make sure that potential transactions don't fall through the cracks. Because these type of listing leads, they're going to list and sell with somebody. Either it's going to be us or the competition. Of course, we'd like it to be us. So it's important to stay with them and follow up, right? Okay, let's make a few more just sold calls, and then we'll move on to some for sale by owners or some expired listings. And you notice how she was asking questions, and I didn't know some of the answers. I'm not going to sit there and BS her on the front end. That's a terrible way to create a relationship. I just told her that I can look and I can find that information out, because at the end of the day, we're establishing a relationship with somebody that might do a big transaction with us. There's no reason at all to sit there and BS them or lie to them when that's the beginning of the relationship, right? This is on Lilac Drive. This is the street right next to the street where we had the listing at.
Please leave your message for...
This is also on Lilac Drive. So Tulip Flower intersects with, Lilac Drive tees off into Tulip Flower. And so we're calling on Lilac Drive right now.
Leave me a message and I'll get right back to you.
Hey Riz, Jeremy calling you from Frank Albert Realty. Quick question. It's about the property on Lilac Drive. We recently sold one of your neighbor's houses over on Tulip Flower. Just wanted to call, see if there's anything that we can do to help you. So when you get this message, if you can give me a call back or send me a text, I'm at 813-586-3428. Again, that's 813-586-3428. Thanks, Riz. So from time to time, guys, I will leave a manual voicemail. And then, I do have an automated voicemail I can leave as well. But because I know that was the person we were looking for, he said, hey, this is Riz, and the name on the lead is Riz, I decided to just go ahead and leave that manual voicemail. So you guys notice there is a link to some of my services, as well as a link to the Cold Calling Isn't Dead group. If you're in real estate marketing and sales, please join the group. We'd love to have you guys in there to idea share and share best practices and that type of thing. What I think I'm going to do as well is I'm going to go ahead and text Terry, the lady we just spoke to, just so she has our info. Oh, also another success story. I got an update. I made a call to another for sale by owner. This one was over 600,000 about a week and a half ago. Assigned that to one of our agents, and he went out and met with that seller. And initially, the seller was pretty adamant about doing it on her own and not working with a realtor unless we brought a buyer. Okay, which is usually the case when it comes to for sale by owners. Turns out that the appointment went great, and there's a really good opportunity that we're going to get that listing. And so it all started with a cold call that I made to a for sale by owner and just establish that relationship. And that's really what it's all about, guys. So this is happening a lot, especially with these markets being so hot. You never know if somebody's going to be ready to sell. And usually if they're doing for sale by owner, I mean, they're going to sell it. It's just a matter of if they do it on their own or if they hire a realtor. And in most cases, when they do it on their own, they're going to end up losing more on the transaction by lowering the price than if they just hired a realtor to handle it to be able to get a max price. And most of them know that, and a lot of them don't really understand what's involved with doing a for sale by owner. There's a lot of time and effort that goes into it, as well as paperwork and doing showings and things like that. Whereas if you just hire a realtor to handle it all, you're gonna, yes, pay a commission. However, you'll end up with better service, and the transaction was handled how it's supposed to be handled. And the whole idea is being able to minimize the time and effort that these folks have to put into it, and they'll be able to net more than they would typically if they just did it on their own, if they just hired a realtor. So that's another success story there. Again, that one was, I think, $642,000 listing, which is awesome. All right, on to the next. Okay. Give me 1 second here, guys. Look, we're famous, Mom. Alright, guys, I'm just doing some admin work here while I'm going live. This is a live prospecting session. This is how it really goes down. And so when I do these lives, I want you to understand that, I don't make any edits or anything like that. This is really how it happens on a daily basis. So sometimes when I'm doing something else, it means I'm multitasking, and I want you to understand that this is the real experience of what a prospecting session is really like, right? So when I take a break to set up the calendar or send a text, that's really what I'm doing during a prospecting session. Which is why if you have any questions or comments or anything like that while I'm doing this stuff and not making calls, it's a perfect time for you to chime in the comments box and ask questions or have comments. And in order to comment in this session, you have to be following J Marqeting, and then you can make as many comments as you like in the comments box. Let me just finish setting this calendar invite up, and then we will move on to the next call. Okay. Just about there. All right, let's go. Let's go. Looks like we have 14 viewers in here. Thank you guys for tuning in. And if you can, as always, please let everybody know where you're watching this from, where in the world you are, and what you guys do in the sales and marketing world, real estate, mortgage, solar, whatever it is that you do, marketing. Sometimes people just answer the phone and just breathe. That's okay. Let's call them back, see if they talk. I always wait for them to speak first. I don't want to talk over somebody. And that's just my style. You guys can do it however you want to do it. That's just my style. What's up, Otis? Otis Washington tuning in from Sacramento, California. How are things going, man? Closing all the deals or what? We're making just sold calls right now, Otis. You might have actually been on the live about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I made set an appointment for a for sale by owner, and we ended up getting that listing. Well, it's pending right now. It's under contract, so I'm doing calls in that neighborhood, doing just sold calls basically. I think I'm going to flip it up a little bit, guys. Let's call a different target. Let's start calling some for sale by owners. That's the great thing about having different targets. I can flip, do circle prospecting. I can do expired listings. I can do for sale by owners. And I can even change campaigns and call in a different marketplace. Okay, give me 1 second, guys, and then we'll I have to close this dial session out, and then we'll just open a new dial session.
Goodbye.
Take me a few moments. All right. All right, these are perfect. Let's see here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call older for sale by owners. So they've been listed for about a week and a half, to actually about 2.5, 3 weeks. That's a perfect time to call. So we'll start like at the beginning of September. Okay, these would be good. There'll be some from the beginning of September and then some from July as well. Yeah, I think you were watching. I'm not sure, but yeah, that went into an active listing notice, and then now it's pending right now. So I can't talk about the details too much until it's closed, but I can call around the neighborhood and see if anybody's looking to do anything. What about you, man? Did that deal close that you were working on? I think you were working on the big one, right?
Thank you. Once you click the start button on your screen, your dial set.
All right, let's go. So these are for sale by owners from September 11th.
Hi, this is Gary. I can't get to the phone right now, but if you leave a message with your name and phone number and the reason you're calling, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Hey Gary, this is Jeremy calling about your property on 101st Street that you're selling. Had a couple of questions. If it's still available, please give me a call back or send me a text with a better time to call you back. 813-586-3428. That's 813-586-3428. All right, on to the next. This is a $389,000 for sale by owner. I'm gonna dial for a few more minutes, guys. Like I said, we're just gonna do a power hour, and that's what we're doing. So we're about 5-10 minutes left in that. Okay, this is a $200,000 for sale by owner.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 813-846-0914 is not available. At the call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 8137651726 is not available.
Okay, here's a $230,000 for sale by owner. Let's see if we can get somebody on the phone here and convert them. I'm not sure what happened there. I'm going to call that one back. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, I'm calling for Miguel or Yolanda.
Yes, this is Yolanda.
Hey, Yolanda. This is Jeremy Marquez over at Frank Albert Realty about your guys' property on West Trepno.
Yes,
Did you get that sold or is it still available?
it's still available.
Okay, and you guys are doing for sale by owner, right?
Yes,
Awesome. Well, it looks like you have it up for $230,000. Is that still the price or has that changed?
that's still the price.
Great. And like I said, I'm with Frank Albert's Realty, and we were wondering if you're working with buyer's agents that brought a qualified buyer for the property.
There may be a possibility depending on what you're asking for as royalties or.
Okay. Well, I hear what you're saying. I'm one of the assistants here. I just need to gather info for the team. I'm not really even allowed to talk about commissions, but if we did bring a buyer, you guys could work that out. Is the property vacant, or is it? Are you guys living there?
It will be vacant at the end of October.
Okay. And you're living there, or do you have tenants in it?
I have a tenant.
Okay. Okay. So are you kind of just waiting until then to actively sell it, or are you still? What are you showing it? What's going on?
If anybody's interested, I can try and get a viewing. I would have to speak to the tenant.
Okay.
But active selling at the end of October, yes.
Gotcha. You're gonna be a little bit more active with it once the tenants move out.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Now I'll just ask you straightforward, so we have all the information here. If for some reason you're not able to get it sold for the price that you want, would you consider listing it at some point with an agent?
Yeah.
And do you have one in mind that you would already use, or would you be open to interviewing one of our team members to see what we would do?
I'm open.
Okay, okay. Now, this is an investment property? You guys are just done being landlords? Is that why you're selling?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Well, let's see here. 3 bedrooms, living room, dining room, bathroom, and kitchen. Did you guys take these photos, or are they old photos?
No, those are the ones that you see. There are current photos. We asked the tenants for pictures from the inside, but they have not supplied them yet.
Are they being a little difficult?
No. I don't know if they forgot or what. They're
Okay.
good tenants.
Well, I'm just curious. Now, I'm not an appraiser, like I said, but the $230,000. How did you come up with that amount?
We went with the Zillow recommendation, and we went a little bit above.
Okay. Well, the market's really hot right now, and you probably won't have any issues selling it on your own. But if for some reason you're not able to, we'd like to either help by bringing a buyer, or when the time comes, showing you how we would get it listed and sold. And I'll just touch on it briefly and then let you go here. But just so you know, my company that I work for, Frank Albert Realty, we do some unique stuff, and I'll just touch on that a little bit. Our sister company is called Sublime Staging, and so our listings, we come in and stage them to make sure they get sold quickly for top dollar. And if you decided to list with us, we back that with a 90-day guarantee that we will get it sold, or we take $1,000 off of our commission. So if you decided to work with us, those are just some of the things that we do for our listings, just so you know. And would it be okay to just send you an email with our resume and then just stay in contact for when you're ready to interview one of our team members?
I prefer that you just send me the message to this phone number.
Text? Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. Don't want to blow up your email anyways, right? Now, if we had a buyer now, you said you could arrange a showing?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And once the tenants move out, how long are you going to do it on your own before interviewing teams to list it?
Probably a couple months.
Okay, fair enough. Have you had any interest or from buyers that are making offers yet?
We've had several calls.
Awesome. I was hoping that you weren't just getting bothered by realtors and brokers like us.
Oh, we've had some.
Well, we not only list property, but we do work with a bunch of buyers as well. So if we have a buyer, we'll reach out. And then down the line, if you can't get it sold on your own, we'd love to at least show you step by step what we would do to get it listed and sold if you decided to work with us. Is that fair enough?
That's fair enough.
And I can text you on the 661-4849 number.
Say that again?
I can text you on this number, the 4849 number.
This is not 4849.
This isn't 813-661-4849.
No.
Is this the 625-2315?
Yes.
Okay. I have two numbers here for you. So is this the best number to reach you on?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll send you a text. Go ahead.
I was just going to say you can send a text to that number.
Okay. Yeah. All I'll do is send a text. There will be a link to our website, and if you have any questions, feel free to text me back. And if you wanted to talk to one of our listing specialists, I can arrange that. Otherwise, if we have a buyer, we'll let you know.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Great. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. So that's a perfect example of how you handle a for sale by owner that's not ready to do something quite yet. So she has tenants in there. She's not really actively selling it until the tenants move out, and so it's a hot lead. However, it's a long-term nurture. Okay. So what I'm going to do is download the recorded call, download the lead details with all of my notes, assign that to one of our agents, send her the text message, and then we'll just give her a follow-up call every couple of weeks, and then like every couple of days towards the end of October. So it's only the end of September. You know, if we had a buyer, we'd let her know. Now, like I said to her, like I'm not an appraiser, but just based off of Zillow, I think they might be overpriced, which is why they may not be getting the traffic that they may have hoped for. And it sounds like she knows that too, because she said that she went a little bit over what the recommended price was, and looks like she's overpriced by about $30,000. So she may have some issues with that, but that's not my department, not my job, not my job. So what I'm going to do here, guys, is on that note, I do thank you guys for tuning in to this session. Let me see here. Nice, Otis. Good to hear, man. Good to hear. Just reading what Otis put in here. We can talk off of this. So I'm going to end this live session. If you guys have any questions or any comments or want to get some information about my service, there's a link to my calendar, or you can send me a message and we can talk there. I'm Jeremy Marquez, J Marqeting. We call, you close, more real estate listings. Have a good day, guys.